Over at DC Comics, the newest publishing initiative called Dawn of DC is currently underway. Dawn of DC is really looking to shake sizable things up in the DC universe, including kind of new creative teams for landmark series like Superman and Green Arrow. Today, we're going to go ahead and look a couple months into DC's future when Dawn of DC is even more underway at the publisher by taking a look at new releases from Green Arrow, Superboy, and Batman Incorporated. My name is Arco Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and take a look at 5 of my most anticipated comics in the month of April over from DC, since they just went ahead and released their solicitations. But before we dive deeper into the video, want to go ahead and encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button if you enjoy our content. So I'm super excited to go ahead and dive into these 5 books. I'm going to be introducing the creative teams and reading off the solicitation text that DC wrote for each issue. Big thanks to Newsarama for posting this preview of these solicitations in such a timely manner. And without further ado, I want to go ahead and kick things off by showing our first book off. This is Green Arrow #1, written by Joshua Williamson with art from Sean Izaakse. We're also taking a look at the gorgeous cover from Sean Izaakse as well. The Emerald Archer is lost, and it will take Oliver Queen's whole family to find him. But dangerous forces are determined to keep them apart at any cost. Spinning out of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, Green Arrow DC architect Joshua Williamson and artist Sean Izaakse is an action-packed adventure across the DCU that sets the stage for major stories in 2023. So I'm really excited about this new Green Arrow series over from DC Comics for a number of reasons. I think one of the most kind of important things is that DC is really sort of like pushing this book in their kind of Dawn of DC initiative as a whole. So I'm really hoping that we're going to get a big, long run on this series. I've really been enjoying, a lot of the Green Arrow kind of family of characters over in events like Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I really kind of hope that we get that focus across all these characters and across the entire line of comics. I've been really enjoying so many titles from Joshua Williamson. So I'm really curious to see kind of his take on this really iconic character. Also, this cover from Sean Izaakse is gorgeous and shows off the kind of wide supporting cast for the Green Arrow franchise. So I'm really hoping that DC is going to dig deep and give a lot of context, and support behind this new Green Arrow run. Let's take a look at our #2 pick. This is Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow #1, written by Kenny Porter and illustrated by Jahnoy Lindsay. We're also looking at this gorgeous cover up on the screen from Jahnoy Lindsay as well. Connor Kent takes center stage. After the events of Dark Crisis, Connor feels out of place with the rest of the hero community. He doesn't fit in with the rest of the Superman family, and the rest of the world doesn't really need him with so many supers in Metropolis. He doesn't want to rely on Tim, Cassie, and Bart, so Connor looks to the stars as a place he might be able to call his own and carve out his own path. But what lurks in the great unknown? Are bravado and swagger enough to help Superboy find his new calling? This is the 2022 round-robin winner picked by you, the fans. So I think this is a really interesting kind of new start for Connor Kent. There are so many kind of younger Superman characters in the DC universe right now, including, Superman's biological son, Jonathan Kent. So I almost feel bad for Connor because it's hard to figure out where his kind of place in the DCU is. And I feel like other creators, have kind of tried to pick up the pieces with this character and kind of flesh him out. But we haven't really gotten the character arc for Connor that he deserves. So I'm really hoping that in addition to this series being good, that DC's kind of editorial is really going to make sure to flesh out kind of the future of Connor and take really good care of this character, because I know he's essential to properties like Young Justice. Next up, I want to go ahead and spotlight this new issue of Batman Incorporated. The cover alone already has me laughing a little bit. This one is written by Ed Brisson. We have art from Michelle Bendini, and we're taking a look at this cover from John Timms. No one is safe as Professor Pig continues his warpath across Gotham. Meanwhile, Ghostmaker has the worst Gotham has to offer in his grasp and must decide whether to keep his promise to Bruce or end the reign of terror for good. Can Batman Inc. find Pig in time to save the city? Will Ghostmaker fall back to his old ways? Guest starring Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and more of Gotham's finest. And as if that weren't enough, the road to Joker Inc. begins here. So I am also incredibly excited for this issue of Batman Incorporated. I love that kind of Ed Brisson has picked up on some of the plot threads that James Tynion IV introduced in his Batman run with some of these younger characters. I really enjoy Ghostmaker, Clown Hunter, and think that this kind of combination of Batman Incorporated teams that even has a little kind of tinge of what Grant Morrison was doing on his run has been a really fascinating kind of cauldron of ideas, for lack of a better word. And I love kind of like the harsh attempt at violence and how, we have characters like, Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter in the middle of like a big fight with Professor Pig. I think it's going to be so interesting to see younger characters go up against this really kind of twisted Batman villain. Super excited to go ahead and check this issue out over in the month of April. And let's go ahead and move things along here with a look at Justice Society of America number 5. This one is written by Jeff Johns, illustrated by Mikel Janin, and we have the cover from Mikel Janin as well. Huntress's journey through time comes to a head as the person chasing her through the timeline has finally caught up to her. Is this the end of the line for Helena Wayne? I really enjoyed the Justice Society of America series. I really like the kind of time, the non-linear sense of time or location that's been kind of given to this series as a whole. I think writer Jeff Johns has delivered such an incredibly creative script, and I love some of the designs from Mikel Janin in the issue as a whole. I'm very curious to see kind of where this one takes Helena Wayne next in her kind of tour, across the DC universe. Next up, we have the Flash we have the Flash 796. This one is written by Jeremy Adams, penciled by Roger Cruz and Fernando Passarin, inked by Wellington Diaz, and we have a cover that we're taking a look at right now over from Taran Clark. It's the final moments of the 1 Minute War. Cornered by the evil Admiral Vell, the Flash family is on the edge of defeat. But some surprising allies give the speedsters one last chance to change the outcome of the war once and for all. I really enjoy the kind of direction that writer Jeremy Adams has taken with the Flash property. We've kind of really dug deep into not only Wally West's family, but also just kind of the rest of the DC speedsters, including long-lost characters like Impulse, are a big part of this run. So if you are a big fan of DC characters, especially DC speedsters, and if you are a 90s Flash reader, this comic book is evoking so many kind of great plot threads from decades past with the character. And it's even double shipping this month, so you're also getting the Flash 797. This one is written by Jeremy Adams, illustrated by Serge Acuna, and we're taking a look at the cover here from Taran Clark. It's a super speed misadventure in babysitting as Kid Flash watches Jai and Irie, the Flash's children. When a sleepover goes awry, Ace has to bring back the twins, Maxine, and a few new friends from across time and space. I love how this Flash series, and we already said it in the past issue, but I love how kind of all these different characters are showing up in the series. I've really enjoyed the look into Maxine and just kind of watching these kids kind of come together with the kids of other DC Universe characters has made the Flash feel unique and even a little bit kind of, different from what came before. But again, it's just so great to get kind of a wholesome comic focused on fleshing out not only the main character, but his family too. I would love to see DC try and like utilize another character of theirs, like for instance, Shazam or Animal Man, where they really focused on kind of the characters like, family life again and really brought that into kind of the limelight of the series. But those are my thoughts on some of these DC issues. I'm incredibly excited to check out all of these new titles over in the month of April. DC has so many big comics that I'm looking forward to checking out this month. I especially appreciate the fact that The Flash is double shipping as well. So it's like a double dose of greatness from one of DC's best series. And I haven't even covered all of the incredible titles releasing in the month of April. There's so many good books across, other characters like Batman and Superman that are yet to come. So please go ahead and stay tuned over to my YouTube channel as I continue to release more videos on these titles as we get deeper into the months. But thank you guys so much for checking out our content. I'll be back very soon with more exciting comic book videos covering everything DC has to offer, as well as all of these different titles. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and we'll see you soon. Bye.